You can also catch us on YouTube. We going live on YouTube as we speak.
Live on YouTube right now.
Live on YouTube right now. Look, Abundant Black Hippie Radio Entertainment. So, we guess.
Got the Shoebox Benny in the front. Y'all go check them out.
Shoebox Benny. So, we got that one on. Man, it's gonna be a crazy show, man.
It's gonna be a good show.
Patrick Peterson requested for a trade from the Cardinals.
YouTube look good over there, don't it?
Yeah.
I like how YouTube look.
Man, YouTube got me looking dark skinned now, man. Halfway.
That's a good thing, man. That light skin syndrome ain't all that good.
Oh, it ain't cold enough outside. It'll come back soon. So, yeah.
But you know, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, live across YouTube, plus we're gonna be live across the app, live across the Facebook, 708-328-8923.
Phone numbers up. Another thing, live and direct tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're doing live and direct.
Live and direct tomorrow. We got a thing.
I think I want to go out tomorrow.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm saying after the show. I want to go out tomorrow.
I mean, I roll as long as I can, man. You know, I gotta be on shift Wednesday, man. I'm gonna be quiet for the rest of the day, man, because they might be looking at me right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you so.
Yeah,
So we're about to go live across the YouTube. You know, I'm gonna share that across and put that across the page. You know, the YouTube, man, that's where everything needs to go because that's why all the action needs to happen. Live across Facebook, live across there. Like I said, we're about ready to go. You ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll,
Put your
man.
ears on.
I got you, man.
Let's do it.
Feel free to call in too.
708-328-8923. Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio. And we live across the air. Me and LeVar Hamlin sitting back, chilling on this Monday. Bears lost to New England Patriots.
I'm still cramping that shit, man.
Man, it's all right. It's all right. We got a lot of things. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got week 2 of the NBA season that it kicked off, and we already had some fireworks happen. Had some fights. Rondo done got. Man, I mean, Rondo done got punched. Not Rondo, but Chris Paul done got punched in the eye by Rondo. I mean, it's just something crazy that's been going on in week 2, and I'm ready for the NBA to keep going because it's been getting feisty ever since last year.
You damn sick, man. Shit, State Farm paying up them bump quotes right now, man, based on what I seen with Chris Paul, man. Damn.
But yeah, man, we're going to talk NFL football. Y'all can call in 708-328-8923. I'm sitting here on this Monday with the homie LeVar Hamlin, man. We live across the air, plus we live across Facebook, plus we live across YouTube. Gonna share it to the website. Man, we just talking everything today. Like I said, the Bears lost to New England. We got to talk about the pool.
Oh, shit.
You did bad?
Whoosh.
I actually did good.
I think I probably got what, like 6 or 7 wins, man. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, check it out, man. That's what we talking about today, man. We talking about week 6. What's this? Week 6 or week 7?
Week 7.
Week 7 of the NFL, week 2 of the NBA. Me and LeVar Hamlin, we sitting down and y'all can call in 708-328-8923. We ain't gonna talk much right now. We're gonna get into the music, then we come back. We're gonna talk a lot because I already know he got a lot to talk about. He been showing me videos of how he broke down Mitch, man. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the defense. It's a lot. It's a lot. And we're gonna talk about what I said on Facebook. I don't think he should be the quarterback moving forward.
Which one, Mitch?
Yeah. Ooh. Bring it again, Sports Talk Radio. We back here out here. Crucial Conflict, Desperado.
Desperado. Hey, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Man.
So what's up?
You know you're gonna get some Blake Bortles stuff coming in.
I already know.
Oh man. I know one person that's been quiet lately is Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, he been talking too much shit.
Yeah.
Man,
It's a time and place you do it. Fly under that radar as long as you can.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, I gotta do my PT test in the morning, so it's a Gatorade night for me. That way I won't lose both my lungs when I go on this run tomorrow. So
What's our required?
is it Keno? Is it Keno or Kenu? I see she belong again.
What are you talking about?
Miss Woka.
What's our location?
Lakeisha the Soul Snatcher.
Oh damn, where the fuck that come from?
No, she said she had a soul snatch before, so I'm just saying. And yep, so hey, like I said, we got the mic hooked up. Oh, you got the on telephone already.
Yeah, telephone on.
Okay. We got the phone on. 708-228-8923. What is going on? Did you see that game yesterday? And for the record, Janky can't call nobody Janky no more. He took his ass to the Patriots game.
Man, his ass went to the wrong game.
I told him, keynote. Gotcha. It's pronounced keynote. Gotcha.
What happened? Somebody checking you already, man?
Yeah, she coming on talking shit. I don't know.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Phone messages, man. So what you want to talk about
Let's go Bears overall play, and then we can break down Mitch. Yes, it was his birthday. We'll do that off
You say what?
Nah, she said happy belated.
Happy belated to who? You ain't
Talking to you. Happy belated to you.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sugar Pop, thank you. We get ready to come back on in a minute. Okay,
Let's see.
come back on in a minute. That motherfucker always interrupting some shit. Sit your ass down. That's what about it is, man. It's done here.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't done at night, no offices, nothing. It's a nice remote location.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes real life get involved.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find.
Let me see. Prime time 5, 4, 3, 2.
We coming back in.
Coming back in. Keaton was really putting us on times frame right now. Gotcha.
Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio down here to play a spot. Me and the homie Levi Hamlin, we just sitting back and chilling, coming up off this nice weekend. And it was actually a birthday weekend for me. And thank you, Keno, for the birthday wishes. And thank everybody that wished to play a happy birthday all throughout. You know, I really appreciate that. We live across YouTube, we live across Facebook, as soon as Levi gets his big old hand out the way, y'all can see. We live across the air, so y'all can tune in and listen to, and y'all can call in 708-328-8923. We talking all sports today. We got the NBA that done started out with some fireworks. We done got the NFL that done got. The NFL been quite exciting. I can't say that throughout all the games.
Yeah.
It's only been like maybe about each week, and maybe you may get about 2 bad games. It's not worth watching. It's
Yeah.
blowouts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But every game been coming down exciting. It's been a countless number of overtimes.
Oh
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? It's last minutes and all that, you know. Even the Bears almost came down to a last minute, you know, with New England. You know, what do you want
I
now?
don't wanna be in y'all video.
Okay, you're not gonna be in the video, what do you want?
I'm not the refrigerator.
Well, you just walk across YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
You just walk across YouTube live, like I told y'all, man, we sitting there in the player spot. We got Chef bothering me. Here you go,
I don't wanna
man.
go back past y'all
Man,
video.
it's too late, you should've came through, man, so we live across the air, so
She coming
People
through with
can
chicken
hear you,
wings
people
and
can
beer
see
these
you.
days.
your best bet is to just get up, walk across.
Fried
and
okra
just go, man,
and
that's all you
sweet
gotta
corn.
do. Just get up, walk and go. While you down there, give me a bill.
No.
Well, you shouldn't have came in here, but before, just walk across, ain't nobody gonna see you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, close the door, please, while we talking sports. Thank you. Can you block that off? Get out.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. See, like I say, everyday life, man. But shout out to the homies about having for coming out. But anyway, like I said, we've been hearing a lot of interesting game, and the Bears, you know, they almost pulled off the last minute. Kevin White ball people caught that ball.
I'm glad he did something. he also
He
made
actually made a big catch, which was his first catch of the year too,
yeah
for a first down.
yeah. I mean, I think he showed. I mean, I think the talent is there. It's just that now you got the injury bug, and it's like it's so hard to get behind it. You have to. It's so hard to kind of like shake that. Once you get that injury label, it's so hard to shake. It actually messes with your productivity when you decide to play or when you get on the field. But I shouted out, like, I think the Tampa Bay game, when he got in, he made some great blocks, man, downfield blocks, man, to help spring a lot of key plays.
That's
too.
a key thing too. You know, blocks and shit. You know, as a goddamn receiver.
Mhm.
That's one thing that's been missing.
Yeah.
You know, as he blocks. But let's get down to dirty, man. And talk about this game and ups and downs of old Mitch Trubisky. So we're gonna kick off the whole conversation with
Mitch?
Mitch first.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Mitch takes some. He taking a stand right now. He understands. Before I get deep into it, because like I said, I posted something on Facebook and it sparked a conversation about how I say I don't think Mitch should be our quarterback moving forward. You know, I mean, we got 2 more games coming up, 2 winnable, easy games.
Yeah.
You dig? So my whole thing is that let's see how he performed through these 2 games. I want to look up and see what the schedule is while you talking.
I think they got the Jets and Buffalo over the next
Okay,
2
you got
weeks.
Jackson Buffalo, you got Sam Donald, who me and you had a discussion about. You don't like Sam Donald. I told you Sam Donald gonna be all right, and Sam Donald been doing all right.
And a lot of people said Mitch was gonna be alright too, but
And then you know down there in Buffalo, you got who the quarterback down there in Buffalo now? What's his name?
I think it's Derek Anderson now they signed.
Derek Anderson? No, we're gonna look that up. But let's talk about Mitch. Mitch and his quarterback play.
All right.
You want to kick it out? Go ahead, because I got a shit other things to say.
Yeah, I know. It's. Before we go any further, you know, my background is I played at Tennessee State. I was 3-year starter and everything like that, and I played.
Yeah, just say that for you too.
Yeah, say it for everything. So, my thing is when I critique him, I'm critiquing him from the quarterback play and the position and everything, and he's pretty much an RPO kind of type of quarterback. So you have to put him in situations whereas he has the freedom to do things, and he doesn't think too much. It's like, okay, it's either this or it's that. You know, that's what the RPOs does, you know. It seems to me that he's still learning the offense, and there's going to be struggles. I mean, 26 at 50 for 333, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, took in 2 sacks.
You're giving him an excuse, man.
Nah, but here's the thing. Even with those pass numbers, he also rushed like 6 times for like 81 yards, and he scored a touchdown. So sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, but it's
We hold on, wait, now. You just sat up here and you just showed me video.
yeah.
Of him when he should have checked down to his hot receivers, times when he didn't have to run, he could have got much more.
And I was
don't mention those stats because some of those stats could have been different outcomes for the game.
And that's where I was gonna go afterwards because there's a lot of things. Anytime you learn a new offense and you're in the first year, learning a new offense is hard within itself. But to actually know how to read defenses along with that is what's going to take you from this level to this level. And we seen it last night. Tom Brady's been in the same system for years. He knew every audible. He knew how to change it up, and he was in firm control of that.
Tom Brady did not. He didn't play to that excellent point. You get what I'm saying? He played. He played all right. Let's get it straight. Okay, one thing I will give Mitch is that the special teams failed him.
Yeah, they failed.
Block punt, and and a run back for a touch. Both of them end up being touchdowns.
That's not the only play on special teams.
What was that one? But those were the two huge ones on as far as like
No. There's another huge one. Edelman actually muffed the punt, and everybody didn't get down. You recover that punt, you're right there in the goal line, and you change the whole dynamic of the game.
Yeah, I remember that play.
What I never got, and I had to ask people who was actually at the game, was it some wind coming out of that wind? Because it seemed like as far as special teams, they tried to do exactly what New England did, kick it short to force a return, because you could say, okay, I'm not gonna give you 25 yards, I'm gonna make you work for it.
Right.
And it's like with Tom Brady, I'm like, you know what, we need all the help we can get. If I have to start you at the 25-yard line, and Cordell Patterson has been known to break a couple in the return game, I'm kicking it out of bounds. I'm touchbacking every time.
So what grade you giving Mitch?
I give Mitch a strong. I'm wrestling between solid C and C+, because he missed a lot of hot receivers. He was still erratic with his throws.
Underthrew. He actually supposed to have 4 interceptions, man.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the way I look at that too. Just like he could have had 4 interceptions, he was supposed to have 4 touchdowns. I think one play where Gilmore actually knocked the ball away because he underthrew it towards Allen Robinson. If he throws it to the back pylon, that's a touchdown. He had another one where he actually hung on to the ball, where he went into the end zone to Josh Bellamy, and he overthrew it. But he actually had 2 receivers in the back of the end zone. But you didn't throw towards the back of the pylon. And there was another play, he missed Anthony Miller in the 4th quarter. That would have broke the game, that would have tied the game up early. He had a bunch of erratic throws. It was another play, it's like 2 times, one of the interceptions, the way I look at it too. Throw the ball away. Live to see another day. Another down. It'll work out for you, but you have to play smarter. And even with Anthony Miller, where the guy came with a one-handed interception, if you set your feet and throw it further, Anthony Miller can score a touchdown because wasn't nobody back there.
And that's where my talk comes into play. Now, everything you just named, that's quite understandable. But my thing is that you go from a 6 touchdown game, right before the break, and everybody excited. Oh, well, and I praised him too, but I wasn't high. I said one thing I noticed about Mitch Trubisky during this game, during this very record, this whole high-profile record-setting game, the only bear to do this, whatever. Even the garbage can get a steak every once in a while.
Yeah.
One thing I said, Mitch looked comfortable, and his mechanics was perfect.
For the 6 for 6 game?
Yeah.
6 touchdowns? Yeah.
And that's why I say, that's why the passes look so good, because he was calm, he was settled, he went through his progressions, and he completed the pass, put the right touches on him, This game here, it looked like he was almost overwhelmed by it's the Patriots, it's Tom Brady on the other side. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being a young quarterback in a new offense, did he play bad? No, he didn't play bad, but it almost turned into a disaster because one of the picks was down on the goal line, and that could have.
Oh, it was 3.
It was number grass.
Yeah, it was 3. Yeah, it was 3.
And my thing is that playing quarterback, you have to have a strong mental standpoint know that you're gonna get hit, know that you gotta read this defense, and know that all these defenses are gonna become exotic, and everything else, man. My thing is with him is that I don't think he's not ready yet to
No.
start with this caliber of team, because I even had my buddy T, he goes back and he said, well, some of these, so I forgot what he called the receivers that he got, and I'm like, whoa, what you mean, wash receivers because you don't know their background? Tyler Gabriel come from Atlanta.
And
And
he's made a lot of big plays. this year.
Exactly, and he made a lot of big plays for Atlanta. You got Robinson that came from Jacksonville, who was Blake Bortles' guy. That's
Yeah.
probably why he on the downside.
Up until he got
Up until he got injured. You got Tariq Cohen, which is Mr. Video Game.
I call him Daryl Sproles 2.0.
Man, he has quality receivers. You know, if you look at it, Minnesota receivers ain't big name, but they got the best receiving core probably in the league with
To me,
Thielen.
they got the best receiver in the league right now.
With Thielen?
I don't think.
Yes, he is. And we not gonna argue about that because I agree. You got, you know, him and Diggs.
Yeah.
You know, and then over there you got with Green Bay, you got Adams and Cobb. That's a nice two-piece combo. And I don't know why people keep saying that Aaron Rodgers don't got nobody to throw to. And anyway, but
Yeah.
then with Detroit, you got Tate and what, Marvin Williams.
What's it? Yeah, Tate Marvin Williams. I thought it was another name. I keep forgetting. It'll come to me sooner or later.
But that's my thing. Like, he has quality receivers that's gonna get him the numbers that he needs. That's gonna go up there and receive that ball. He's just not delivering. And my thing is like, listen here, Levi. We talked a while ago, and I'm about to get in my Shannon Sharp Murphy. Levi, let me tell you.
You gotta put the L in the skill.
I
Ain't got no L skill.
I gotta find a word to take out too, so it sounds better. But Levi, let me tell you, we talked about this, and y'all can go back and y'all can go check the audio, man. We talked about, we said, at this point of the season, where do we see the Bears being? Now, the two games that I thought they was gonna lose, they won. I said they could be like 3-3 up to this point. They are 3-3.
Yeah.
I said it's up to this offense. I said this defense gonna stand. The defense stood their ground against New England. They did. Special teams, Mitch missing, overthrowing, underthrowing, and the offense, him not clicking with the offense, that what lost us this game.
You talking for New England?
No, I'm talking about for the Bears.
No, I'm saying Bears against Bears New England, right?
Yeah. But but like I said up to this point we're gonna be 3-3. Now we got the Jets and Buffalo coming up.
Winnable games.
And at this point, we still experimenting with Mitchell Trubisky.
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong?
You're gonna experiment to see what plays work. You know, any playbook that you get, you're gonna experiment with the whole playbook. But yesterday game, you can really just hang this. Special teams was the turning point in this game.
My thing is, with this caliber of team and this caliber of defense and your gift of receivers that you have, there's no point that we should be 3-3. And that's what got me worried moving forward, because the Jets can surprise you. The Jets ain't a bad team.
If you continue to make the mental lapses, the Jets can sneak up and still win.
Yeah.
And you know, we talked about this, and I had them coming up to like 4-2 at this point. The one loss I didn't see coming that I actually had as a win was Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that they gave that game away on poor tackling, which was, I chalked that up more towards the defense. I think Matt being hurt hurts a whole lot more, but in every game it's not about how much you start, it's how you finish, and if you hit that stride at the right time. And I'm gonna tell you, I like what I see out of Bilal Nichols. He's a rookie, and he's shocking me, and I can see him eventually being a starter here soon enough. I need to see more. I think Leonard Floyd is probably going to end up a third down specialist at some point, because he's not getting it done on a consistent basis. Matt, I don't know how bad. I think that ankle was a lot worse off right now.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about, and we're gonna take a music break, and we come back. That's what we're gonna talk about the defense, Khalil Mack, and then we're gonna move on and talk about more of the week 7, right?
Week 7.
I'm tripping. Week 7 of the NFL, man. Be back in y'all in a minute. Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio live, 708-328-8923.
Mm-hmm.
Lupe Fiasco.
Okay, who we got? It's a lot of stuff, man.
Bad drive. I'm just saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
you got a chance.
You know,
I can't. I don't say keep gambling with this dude, man. Like, let's see how the Jets and Buffalo.
but you,
If those are subpar,
yeah,
you gotta move on, man.
yeah, but you wanna know something else?
Because those teams are very beatable and convincingly beatable.
And you know, it's two things. You don't run the ball enough,
You don't at all.
and
And you killing Jordan Howard morale, man.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. At some point, you have to get it. It's like it's hard to play quarterback with handcuffs on. I said it's hard to play quarterback with handcuffs on because, and that's why I say like when I played, and like I said, it's on the college level where they actually made me sit my freshman year to learn the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I got in there, they wanted me to be able to identify things and give me the options to make audibles on the college level.
I mean, Joe,
And it's like you can tell when the coaching
he's
staff.
good. He's good talent. Mitch is damn good talent. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, Mitch is an athlete playing quarterback.
Right.
He's not a quarterback.
He's damn good talent, but that talent you have, he has to be molded, man. And
Yeah.
I know playing gets you experience, but you playing in Chicago where not only do you have the talent, gotta have the talent, but you gotta be mentally strong too, because a lot of us, we tired of seeing motherfucking non-playoffs in goddammit January and February. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We tired of that shit, man. Now we look, you got a fucking quality defense, you got a fucking quality set of wide receivers. The line is giving you a shitload of time. It's time to Joe. I said that he ran, and I'm like, what the fuck are you running for? Like that one play you showed me at
Yeah.
Anthony Miller. I'm like, what are you run? Double down to Anthony Miller, he go down the middle, he can get about 10 or 15 yards.
Easy. And here's another part too. Remember what I've been saying this from week to week. If the team incorporate them crosser routes, it's gonna open up the offense. But they started doing with Tariq Cohen and Gabriel, they started hitting them on routes. And then it came later, I said, you know what? He needs to start looking for Trey Burton. He just started.
Trey Burton had a damn good game against New England.
Trey Burton can do that on a regular basis if you look his way, because he's gonna have mismatches, and he runs. And I look at Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller knew when he can read defenses from the wide receiver, and he breaks off his route and puts himself in position to make a big play. So it's like you got your skill position players are on point. You have to, don't get me wrong, you should always work on a scramble drill. But you need to look and imagine the different angles in which players are going to attack you from.
Right.
And you need to come up with a counter. You know what I'm saying? What you guys think, man? Open this segment here. Like I said, feel free to call in 708-328-8923. We're talking to Bears. We're talking about Bears game, Bears Pats. Right now,
Live across YouTube.
live across YouTube. Check us out on the Spreaker app. Man, we got a whole bunch of search engines and all that stuff, man.
More outlets, different viewers. We coming back in.
Oh yeah.
Bring your A-Game Sports Talk Radio live right here across the Spreaker app. Plus, you can catch it on the website. Also, you can catch us live across Facebook, live across YouTube. YouTube is going to be from now on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Facebook is going to be going, so you can always go to there. You can call in 708-328-8923. We talking Chicago sports and more. Talking Bears football, breaking down Mitchell Trubisky and, you know, and the Bears and his performance. I gave him a C-.
See, minus.
I gave him a C minus.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like I said, he has to get his IQ up and start reading. But I'm gonna tell you something where I kind of give it a. I'm wrestling with the solid C plus. The last 5 minutes, it seemed like the coaching staff turned him loose, and he made some really good decisions to move that ball up and down, and to even give you a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tom Brady said it himself, like, we won that game by 1 yard, and that was true, you know. And you had some breaks, you know. Kevin White having a sighting, being somewhat productive in the passing game, and you know, you just want to see what this team beats itself, and so it's like that's what I wrestle with too, you know.
So let's talk Chicago Bears defense, and let's talk about the bear that everybody's concerned about, Khalil Mack. They wonder, you know, is that ankle all right? And you know, he was playing a little bit timid. Not timid. He was playing a little bit like cautious.
Yeah, conservative.
Like, you know, I don't know. My thing is, if you're not 100%, don't get out there because you hurt the team even more.
He was in coverage a whole lot. Like he dropped back in coverage a whole lot.
That's not good.
And you know, like I said, and I
They
mentioned
had
this,
one sack on Brady the whole time.
yeah, and I think that came Roquan Smith, but I'm starting this guy Bilal Nichols. I mean, he's starting to look really good as an interior lineman for this team. I wouldn't be surprised to see him starting to get more time, even over Roy Robinson Harris. You know, Eddie Goldman. You know, that team has been pretty stout. You just got to see more for this team. Like Leonard Floyd, I think what kept him functional was he was really good at pass coverage. Now he's been exposed by New England and James White. And I'm starting to question, how is Vic Fangio actually teaching these guys to play defense? Because when you get somebody that explosive, I mean, bump them, chuck them or something, knock them off their route. Don't let them get into their passing tree and have free releases, because once their whole offense is built on timing, and you have to throw their timing off somewhere. And I don't get it, you know.
I mean, they didn't play bad against Tom Brady and them over there, man. It got a little feisty a little bit. I like that. It showed like we don't care. You know, y'all the New England Patriots. We still coming out here. The defense played okay. They played to a point to where the game was winnable. Like I said, special teams, which is part of the defense, and that's why the defense is going to take a bad grade, because that is part of the defense.
Yeah.
Too. You know, and the special teams, and you know, the game and how it was being called with Nagy, that bothered me too again.
Yeah.
And it's like this team going forward with this defense, and I'm gonna say this is a high caliber defense, and I'm quite sure Mac is gonna get back to 100%. I'm not worried about that shit. I'm quite sure he's gonna get back to 100%. You know, it might come against the Jets, it might come against Buffalo. If not, you possibly can't sit him with the Jets. You know, I think this defense can maintain if he sit down. You know, but you got Minnesota at 4-2 and 1, right?
Yeah.
You got Green Bay at 3-3. You got Detroit at 3-3. We just won convincingly over the weekend.
Yeah. And against Miami of all teams.
You know, and my thing is with these Bears going forward, how are you seeing us going forward?
You know what?
Can we bounce back and get back on top and win the North? That's the question I'm asking.
Yes, you know what?
Before we start talking about Week 7 football.
This team can get back on track and win the North. Because what you actually have going in your favor is you're losing the AFC opponents right now. And you drop one against Green Bay. And Green Bay is not as dominant as they once were from the eyeball testing, from what I'm looking at. But what I'm also taking a good look at as well is they're shooting themselves in the foot. They shooting themselves in the foot, because Green Bay, you took your foot off the gas, you allowed them to come back and win that game. the game against the Dolphins, you had what? You had the fumbles, you had some bad calls, and the defense, they man, they couldn't tackle anything. And then this last game, special teams gave it away. So it's like you have to get the mindset, we can't afford to have an off day game across the board. And like Mitch did say this, you have to develop a killer instinct, and that's across the board, and he has to be the first one to hold himself to that statement, because there are a lot of misplays that he has.
One thing about the motherfucker, he got a toughness about him,
Yeah.
That's why I say I think he need to sit back and develop a little bit more to a point to where he ready to lead this team, because I see the fire, I see the talent. It's just that I don't see the gameplay that he ready, because we're gonna come down to those games where you might need a shootout.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need you to be on point on the shootout, not just launching them bitches.
Right.
Because once again, week after week, overthrowing balls, they 5 yards ahead.
Right.
None catchable. Not even for the receiver to put up an acting job to even get a flag. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Underthrown other balls being underthrown. It's.
And a lot of that comes because when you get that pressure, you get frantic, and when you don't have your fundamentals on point, that's how it looks when you're not fundamentally sound. So he has to go back and learn everything on the fundamental side, but he also has to learn how to read defenses. And a lot of the times, that's gonna come the more you play. I'm gonna drop this name, Jared Goff, his rookie year, and he looked the exact same way. He came out his second year with a new coaching staff. He looked completely better, kind of like how Mitch is right now. But the difference is, Nagy is not utilizing the running game to ease that pressure off of him as like he should.
He really ain't.
And it's like, once you buy into that part, now Mitch can be the best Mitch he can be, because now he doesn't have to calculate and read as many defenses like he would. And you put all your receivers in basic one-on-one situations to succeed.
Now I can see wild card for these Bears, because the NFC is really up for grabs.
It really is.
You got the Redskins, which is leading the NFC East at 4-2. You got the Rams, which is still at 7-0. They still on an undefeated team. Then you got the Vikings at 4-2 leading the North, and you got the Saints at 5-1. Now,
You said you got the Saints, okay.
yeah. Now, the Bears then got some nice NFC wins in.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
And like you say, the AFC. They have to win against the Jets, because I think the Jets beat Detroit, right?
Yeah.
The Jets beat Detroit.
Yep.
They also beat Minnesota. No, Buffalo beat Minnesota.
Buffalo beat Minnesota.
So,
But I think Minnesota had their eye on the Rams for that Thursday night game, and they bypassed Buffalo, and Buffalo came with it.
but that doesn't matter when you still got that one tie
Right.
under
That's
your
true.
belt.
That's true.
So if the Bears can get these 2 AFC wins, that'll put them in a good position, moving forward, because the schedule going forward really don't look bad for the Bears.
No, it doesn't. I mean, Philadelphia isn't Philadelphia. Philadelphia and the Bears look pretty much like the same team right now. The Rams.
I still think Nick Foles should be the quarterback.
Yeah, the Rams are going to give you some
What got
headache.
you there, man?
I think late in December, you can sneak up and beat Green Bay. I mean, not sneak up. I think you can beat Green Bay. I think you can beat San Francisco.
Yeah,
I think you can beat Minnesota on the road. And that's what's going to come.
Minnesota's going to be tough.
In Minnesota for last game, that's going to be tough. That's going to be
Because
tough.
you still got 2 coming up against Detroit.
But Minnesota does not have they probably have one of the worst offensive lines in football. So if you catch a healthy,
let's not get it twisted. Okay, I understand about, but let's not get it twisted about Detroit, because Detroit, Matt Stafford ain't playing bad football.
oh no, If Matt Stafford won this Bears team, we might be undefeated.
Yeah, I think we would be. I like that.
You know,
But let's get into week 6 football. Get into the picks, and we're gonna talk about who we pick.
all right.
Plus the fellas got their picks. Broncos Cardinals.
I think
I took the Broncos.
I took the Broncos too.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
I knew that one. Another one which came out to be a good one, which I thought the Chargers was gonna run away with. Chargers and Titans. Chargers won that. I took the Chargers.
I took the Chargers. Hey, it's hard for me to against Phillip Rivers, man.
Phillip Rivers on the Bears team to be undefeated. That's been a dream of mine.
You know what? Phillip Rivers on this team, you lose the mobility, but the football smarts and the audibles, we probably look at as dominant as the Chiefs and the Rams offensively.
Man, I agree.
Because it's a lot of speed on this Bears team.
I agree. I like Phillip Rivers. Then we got Panthers Eagles, which turned out to be a good one. I was biting my nails because I had the Panthers on this one.
Man, I had the Panthers. I had Black Panther, man. Cam Newton, man.
Cam Newton came back on them boys, man, and I was like, oh man, thank you. You just saved the pool.
Yeah. And you know, it's not saying anything against the Eagles, but the Panthers have a legit defense as well.
21 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
For the Panthers, man. Go ahead.
No, they have a legit defense, and so they know how to lock you. They know how to lock you up. Ron Rivers, very underrated coach for that team as well in the league.
You think so?
Very underrated.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Killer Cam ended up pulling that out. That was a good win. You had the Eagles or the Panthers? You had the Panthers?
I had the Panthers.
Vikings and Jets. Vikings beat them very convincingly.
I picked the Jets because I wanted that as my insurance policy in case the Bears
Yeah,
lost
you
and
studied
shit
that
like
wrong,
that.
and you studied it
That was my
wrong.
fucking heart talking, man.
The Vikings end up pulling that out, man. Let me tell you something. Adam Thielen, 7 games in a row, 100-yard plus. Check it out. Best receiver in football right now, next to DeAndre Hopkins.
Ooh.
Him and
I
DeAndre
just-
Hopkins, the best 2 receivers in the league right now. Bottom none bullshit.
You know who
I don't want to hear it.
you know who we sleep
Don't
on?
talk to me, sir. I don't want to hear it.
You know who we sleep on?
Who?
Cup from the Rams.
I like Cup, but he's not doing what Hopkins and Thielen is doing.
Nah, he's not.
He's not doing that.
Mhm.
Let's move forward. Bills and the Colts. I had the Colts.
I had the Colts as well.
I wrote Andrew Luck. He looking good.
Andrew
He just ain't
Luck,
got no team.
Andrew Luck on this team undefeated.
Yeah, Andrew Luck on this team. We talking Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
All right, we move on. Bears and Patriots. We talked enough about that.
Oh
Bears
shit.
almost
I'm glad my
quarterback.
head hurt again, man. You got
Kevin White, Joe, do you know how much in love Chicago will be in love with you right now? Kevin White, if you caught that and just turned and put that motherfucker across the line,
Oh man.
touchdown, you know how much in love Chicago will be with you, man, but it didn't happen.
Nah.
They almost pulled it out.
Yeah.
They go another one, man, turned out to be a good game. Browns and Buccaneers, this what messed up my pool. A
I
lot of
picked the
people-
Browns, man.
I had the Browns.
Fuck.
The Browns been battling every game.
They've been in every game, and
Every fucking game the Browns been in. I like watching the Browns. They just traded Carlos Hyde.
yeah,
He gone to
to
the
Jackson,
Jaguars.
yeah. And man, I looked at Baker Mayfield in the game, man. He
What
had
I
high
say?
blood pressure, man. Like he's like, man, I'm tired of this shit. So
I mean, they lose 26-23 to the
that's
Buccaneers.
heartbreaking.
Famous James in overtime. I think the Browns been played in more overtime games than anybody in the NFL.
That's something to build off of.
It seems like damn near every week they almost overtime, man.
Yeah.
Or they is in overtime.
Hugh Jackson said he's probably gonna end up having more say so about the offensive play calling now. So I want to see how it goes from here on out.
All right. Texans and Jaguars. Texans, they beat them. My boy ended up getting benched. Black Bortles. I don't know what's going on. I ain't even watched them this season, so I really can't talk much.
I picked the Texans this game.
I picked the Texans too. I ain't fuck with the Jaguars. I don't know what's going on with Black Bortles, but something telling me
I think Jalen Ramsey painted put that team on a microscope. All you had to do was just stay shut and keep playing ball like Seattle done for many years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the minute you opened your mouth on some cocky shit and you talk about every other quarterback in the league, it's like it seemed like every team comes out with your number. Like, and I think when they played the Cowboys, Dak Prescott had a big game against them.
The Cowboys drug their ass through.
Yeah.
Lions and Dolphins. Lions ended up pulling that off. I had the Dolphins.
Yeah, I had the
Talking about
Dolphins
this
too,
guy.
like I
No, I
said.
had the Lions, I meant to say.
I had the Dolphins, man. My bitch ass heart keep kicking in and shit when it comes to
And
division
start
teams.
watching football. I've
Shit.
been through this hard shit. Wait, I'm tired of losing my $10 in these pools.
Man.
Then you got the Saints and the Ravens, which turned out to be a good one. I took the Ravens, man.
I had the Saints. I said this several times. I put Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers in the same boat. It's hard for me to go against them, you know.
I thought that Ravens defense was going to actually hold them. And they actually did a good job, but Drew Brees is Drew Brees.
But you know what? They
I
was
say
like,
he's better than Aaron Rodgers.
yes. But you know what? They was like, Drew Brees never beat Baltimore, and I stuck with that line.
Yeah.
I said, with great players, you find things to motivate you to push you through games like
But
that.
he having a great season, so why
Oh,
not
yeah.
cap it out with that great win?
I wonder why he's not getting MVP consideration right now.
I mean, well, you got teams like.
I understand McCombs is lights out, but he has.
But you
he
got
had-
golf playing good football.
But they got a surrounding cast. They got a cast. You can't. I mean, you got Alvin Kamara, but outside of that, who else you got in New Orleans?
You got Ingram. You got Michael Thomas at receiver.
Mhm.
You also got you got a few cats. I just got to think about it.
Yeah, but I'm saying compared to the Rams and the Chiefs, though, it's like you can name more weapons.
But then we're moving on. We got Cowboys, Redskins. I took over Reliable.
Redskins.
You damn right.
I took the Redskins
You
too.
know why I took over Reliable? You got AP.
Yeah.
Yeah, AP down, and you sat right here and you said I think AP gonna have a good season. He gonna have over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
AP he been marching and he been running with some authority. And as the season going on, it's like he getting stronger and stronger, like the older AP. But
You know what
I roll with Alex Smith. That's why.
Yeah, but you know what the fun thing about AP? He's doing that at the age of 33 right now, when most running backs start to slow down. Man, he's man.
AP is doing a damn good job, and the Redskins, man, they sitting over there. Them boys 4-2,
Yeah,
and they can
they
win that. They can win
lead,
that East.
they lead in the East.
They can win that East. So, and I said that at the beginning of the season, man. I'm fucking with the Redskins coming out that East.
Yeah, it's
And they 4-2.
hard to ignore that.
Moving on and moving forward. Who we? Oh man, I lost the score. Oh, here they go. Rams and 49ers. I picked the Rams.
Nah, I think that was a hands down. We knew the Rams was gonna put their foot in their ass, man.
It go the game that fucked my pool up.
Oh shit.
Chiefs and Bengals. That damn Patrick Mahomes is just fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I gotta take my hat off to him.
Yeah.
He good. The
What?
boy just good, man.
That's a great way to bounce back from
That's
a
it.
coach.
He's just good.
That's a great way to bounce back from a loss to the Patriots. And he,
That Chiefs team got a lot of fucking weapons.
they're gonna get strong on defense. That's the scary part. Eric Berry and Justin Houston gonna come back.
That Chiefs team is scary.
I thought
Right now, I can see them coming out of the AFC and out the NFC. I can see two teams right now at the NFC at this point right now.
yeah, the Rams and who else?
The Rams and possibly the Saints.
I go with
And
that.
and out the AFC, another team that might be a sneaky scary, depending on how the cards fall for them in the playoffs. Them Chargers.
Yeah.
The Chargers can be a they could come out the AFC if them cards fall right.
Yeah, this is if you paid attention to the Chargers over the years, and it's like this is what I'm kind of hoping that the Bears do. They start slow to gauge the league and what they can get away with. It is like around that between week 7 and week 10, they hit their stride and they make that big playoff push, and they start winning a lot of low key games, and the schedule sets up for them. Like you can count 2 wins out the gate with the Raiders because they selling Amari Cooper
David
off.
Michael.
They selling Amari.
Building.
They just sold Amari Cooper on Madison and Pulaski. They be ready to put Derek Carr on Cicero or something like that by the
They
Shamrock
got
Hotel.
Amari Cooper on Amazon.com, man. They purchase his ass off that mother.
Man.
They rebuilding, man. The Raiders is you got Marshawn Lynch, he out. So
Yeah.
the Raiders is rebuilding. That was a team maybe about 2-3 years ago. I kept an eye on. They were pretty good, but they didn't hit that home run, and they gave David Carr that money, and that just fucked up.
I think that's the only person that's gonna survive this fire sale is David
I don't
Carr.
think so. Cause Gruden got his man. Gruden is in love with the boy from Alabama, the quarterback from Alabama. What's his name? McCarron.
Okay.
AJ McCarron. He loved him, sitting over there.
Mm-hmm.
Think he just waiting.
Yeah.
Let things just get a little bit more worse. Throw him in there. Watch the Raiders start winning. You heard it here first. Watch when McCarron get in, they're gonna start winning.
Gotcha.
But tonight's game, we got the Falcons and the Giants down there in Atlanta. 7-3 right now. Falcons on the Giants 22, 4th and 10.
I think I picked the Falcons. Man.
I picked the Falcons too.
It's two bad defenses, and then you don't. Eli, I've been telling people. I said Eli is every bit Jay Cutler. He just ain't got the Cutler last name. He got the Manor last name, and that's what's saving his ass from being drugged through the coals.
Eli been efficient. 13 for 16, 154 yards.
How many picks though
None.
on the season?
No, I'm talking about for this game now.
Oh, okay.
Why y'all do my boy Eli like that, man?
Eli got 2 Super Bowls because of great defense, man.
Eli, if you check them records and you check them stats and you check the gameplay through them playoffs, when Eli swept his ass on through, Eli played some good, solid, stellar games, man, that you can't deny. So
That's true.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that defense got them, because it was some games teams scored over 28 points. Yeah, we ain't gonna So how's that good defensive team scoring like that? Yeah. So that means if they scoring 28 points or more, 24 points or more, that means Eli had to do on his offensive thing to get them 30 points in order to win. But man, y'all gonna quit downgrading Eli like that, dude, man. Y'all need to stop all that bullshit, like for real. Cause we can talk, man. Don't anybody just walk in and get no 2 championships. This ain't no fucking Trent Dilfer type of shit going on here, man.
Man, only thing I'm gonna get.
Y'all don't respect Eli, man.
The only thing I respect about Eli is that damn cheesecake, man. Fuck
Right.
that.
I'll go ahead and take a music break, man. We live across YouTube. We live across the Home Divide Hamlin page. We live across the S708-328-8923. Go ahead and play this Shoebox Benny. Check them out. Not Guilty Conscious.
Oh yeah.
Right here, Shoebox Benny. The Not Guilty.
Shoebox Benny.
Gotta check them out.
What's going on? Alright, we got tomorrow live and direct. I think the topics are gonna be wide open right now, so don't know how you feel about the female guest yet. We'll talk about that off air. We taking recruits for guests now.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about this NBA.
Oh yeah. Every Laker has at least took one on the left. Kobe took one.
Rondo took one, but not
Not as bad as Kobe. But you know what? I like the NBA like that. I like it like that, but it exposed LeBron, man. That's not a good look.
LeBron bogus.
Yeah. I see that nobody want to talk about that though. K-Moon call out.
LeBron bogus.
K-Moon call out.
I can't believe LeBron catered to that man like that and your teammate. Man, I told his ass, keep your ass over that end.
How do you go in and practice and want to go and play with this man like that now?
That's the one cotton rule you don't break though. No matter how cool we is, when we on that court, we ain't cool. Like straight up. When we on that field, we ain't cool.
You trying to win. I mean, man. Okay, well, Katrina spoke up now. Who the fuck is they?
I ain't saying LeBron did the right
Same
thing.
thing.
I can't say that.
I want to know who the fuck they is.
I can't say.
Brandon Ingram got more thug in him than LeBron do.
Ingram overreacted though, more than anything.
Oh, Ingram was on some fake tough shit though. You notice every player that get on with another superstar and so-called have a super team, they get tough all of a sudden.
He lucky Rondo didn't punch his ass.
He probably did a lot.
Rondo should have.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'd have slapped the rest of that line off.
That shit, that was bogus as hell, man.
Let me tell you something. David Michael said, oh shit.
Dave Michael tripping.
He obviously is. Here's the thing.
Hey, Dave Michael, I would never go to the club with you.
Mm.
Cause I'm under that rule. We ride together. If we came together, we ride together.
Oh,
Joe. I don't care, man.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. Back in high school.
You ain't necessarily got to fight, but pull me back at least.
No, check this
No,
out.
I don't know what you talking about over there.
I'm gonna tell you a story, man. And you two family out
We're
there.
gonna come back in. Tell the story on the air. Let everybody hear.
Okay.
Do it like that. Come back in.
I'll fit it in. I'll fit it in the storyline. So.
Shoebox Bennett.
Lack smoking something else if
Right
he
here
said.
on Black Hippie Radio Entertainment. This is Bring Your A Game Sports Talk Radio. We done reached the 8:30 hour. Me and the homie LeVar Hamlin sitting back here talking. We live across Facebook, live across YouTube. Y'all can catch that out. It's just uncut, you know, just straight to the point, you know, back in and out, you know. We're just gonna do more across YouTube. We talked about NFL football. Kicked it off with the Bears talk. Then we talked about week 7, you know, games, and the other games is coming up. We're gonna talk a little bit about that tomorrow when the fellas come in. Do the live and direct, do a little sports and then just talk. Gonna be some big subjects to talk about in that. Right now we're getting on to this NBA basketball, man. We already week 2 and we already got some flashes of like, damn. Let me tune in. You know, he got Mayweather at the game. You know, he got a little action going on while he was at the game, at the Lakers game. We could talk about the Bulls because the Bulls playing right now and they up on Dallas by 2 the last time I checked the score.
I like that rookie for Dallas, man.
Wait.
I forget what's his name. He the small forward, man.
He's small forward.
I forgot his name. He's a rookie. He looks real good, man.
Well, the guy right there, who you talking about? Finley Smith?
No. It's another one. He came from overseas. They just drafted him.
I don't know. I ain't
For Dallas, right?
Yeah, for Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure that out. But in basketball, just to kick it off first. Was it yesterday?
Saturday
Saturday kicked off. We had the Lakers in Houston play, which actually wasn't a bad game.
No, it wasn't. It was a good game.
It was actually a good game. You had James Harden, and that's what James Harden do. He throw himself, you know, to get the foul. That's a part of his whole game. I don't know what happened. I need to figure out and read more into the story of why Brandon Ingram reacted the way he reacted. But I'm quite sure it was probably some game ongoing things, you know, where Harden was probably doing something, he pissed him off or whatever. But, you know, he came up, he pushed James Harden. James Harden like, whoa. And at the end, people that know video, James Harden walked his ass off too. So he get the Giant Turkey Award too. Yeah, I look at it, he walked off like, hey man, yo, who fighting? You know? So doing that, he got pushed, you know, and in the midst of that, Chris Paul and Rondo get into, you know, each other's face, which coming out, it said that Rondo spit in Chris Paul's face.
Yeah.
I just found that out today. Is that true?
You can see it's true.
You know how
you see it was like he.
You know, I don't know.
Right.
But then after that, Chris Paul kind of like put his finger like gave him, you know how in the hood, when you don't respect somebody and you ready to fight, I don't want to hit you because I want it to be, a fair square, but I put my finger in your face and push your motherfucking ass and get ready to
You know
fight.
what?
One of them type of pushes.
I didn't see it,
Because
but
Paul was ready to fight, man.
I didn't see it, but James Harden did James Harden shit, threw his body in there, and Brandon Ingram didn't like it. And so after it's one thing when you throw yourself at somebody and then it's bad enough that the foul is on you and you didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But now James Harden is a shrewd operator, and he goes and he does all this complaining, and he comes across the man and nudges. It's like he comes across him, and Brandon Ingram kind of like snapped and pushed him. It was like, man,
So-
I mean, anybody. It was a tight game.
Let's finish it more. So in the process of Chris Paul, kind of like
Putting his finger in his face.
hood checking.
They both instigate. They both want to fight.
Rondo,
They both want to put on that acting. I'm gonna call it like I see it, man. 'Cause I can't sugarcoat this
Rondo gave him a 2-piece spicy.
shit. Man,
That first one was a full breath.
man, that first one gave him a bump right there. Going into the locker room.
And then he came across the chin, but Chris Paul kind of like skinned across the mouth, but they gonna kill him part.
No, I think the only reason Chris Paul got the lick in because the referee was actually pulling Rondo back when he couldn't defend himself.
Brandon Ingram actually came up and stole on Chris Paul.
He almost pulled a Jermaine O'Neal. Almost.
So it's like they had something in for Chris Paul, man.
Like I said, it seems like motherfuckers, these super teams, man, all of a sudden they tough and shit
So
like that.
let's talk about the end of the outcome with old King James, because now he with the Lakers.
That nobody wants to talk about. Okay, let's talk about it.
Let me say something. He don't look right now, Lakers uniform. He don't. I guess I gotta watch a few more games, but I don't know. It's like him playing for that team. It's like
Don't look right.
it don't look right.
You can see Cleveland. You can see Miami. Yes.
I got that feeling like that team could go against him though.
Right.
They might go renegade on him at some point.
Oh man, they gonna gain the whole.
Especially after him taking Chris Paul. That's how I'm gonna call it. How I see it. Taking Chris Paul's side, walking off, and you got Rondo, and you got Ingram, and you got all the other players right there. And you walking off with Chris Paul, trying to shoot you off, and it didn't look right.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It didn't look right. How do you feel about LeBron approach? Because Katrina put it out there. She put Lack and who else on blast? David Michael.
First of all,
Saying that they did he did the right thing by coddling
First of all,
Chris Paul.
I know Lack. Lack ain't gonna even go for that shit. It's like if you on my team, I'm riding with you.
That's
You
what
know,
Katrina said.
And it's like if my friend is on the other team, guess what? Your teammates gotta take care of you because this is my team. I gotta watch my team's back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I have to check a lot of that. It's like when you going for championships and stuff like that, you have to check ego at the door. You have to check friendships at the door because it's about business at that point. You're gonna meet friends along the way, and that's what it is. Let me tell you a story.
Ain't no friendships when you trying to get to
Yeah,
that
no, let me
thing.
tell you a story. I remember when I played, I say freshman year at Taft, we went against Lane Tech. I tackled this one guy. You play football because we went, you play offense defense in those times. I tackled that guy, whistle was blown, I was getting up.
Katrina said, ask him, he said it.
I had a guy from Lane Tech, after the whistle come, and he basically speared me on the back as I was getting up.
Mhm.
I turned around, and it was like, that was a late hit. I didn't see exception to it. I kicked him in the head first, and then I went down, and I was just welling on their sideline.
Mhm.
And so, it was like, but my teammates that was on the field, they came over and helped me out because they was like, man, I'm just not gonna lose my cool like that.
Right.
I got ejected from the game, make a long story short, but And I knew some people that played at Lane Tech, but I'm like, your boy did me bogus. I
Mhm.
said, you know, if me and you cool and you got an obligation, okay, remove yourself from it.
Mhm.
If you that conflicted with it,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's nothing you can tell me. It's like, if we two grown men, I'm gonna finish it if he's gonna start it up like that. My
I mean,
point is, I'm gonna.
Sometimes you gotta let the grown men, you know, battle it out, man, and you know, just don't let it get too dreadful. But
And if you're a leader of if you're a leader of a team, how does it look for your leader to go over there and coddle somebody on the other team?
right.
How can I how can I really play hard for you
Well,
and go along with everything you stand for? At that
listen,
point?
Trina say, ask him. She said they said Paul as family, forget the team. So let's go into more detail because I think Chris Paul is a godfather, something like that, or
Yeah.
is it something like that with him and LeBron? So here's my thing. If LeBron doesn't know what team is, well, she digging into him today, but here's my thing. You have your whole point to where you have your friendship and you have your business. It's strictly business, nothing personal.
Right.
That's your personal, this is business. Doing business point in time, and I'm out here and we both all chasing the same thing. Listen here. Y'all two grown men, ain't nobody else gonna jump in, boom. My thing is, the whole Floyd Mayweather, when him and, I forgot what the Mexican cat was, when he hit Mayweather down below and he tried to go tap him and Mayweather hit Chris Paul, protect yourself at all times. Alright?
Now you gotta go get the State Farm insurance to see if they cover bum bumps.
Protect yourself at all times. My thing is, okay, it wasn't gonna get out of control, boom, there was a fist fight between two men, they got in between the middle of it. In the middle of that, I'm taking my teammate, getting you out the way. Come on, man, let's go regroup, let's get over here, let's talk about this, Joe. I know that's my homie, and I'm gonna tell you like, Joe, I can't, you know, that's my homie, man. You know, we teammates. I need you to chill for a minute.
And then you know what?
Once I got you chill, then I'm gonna go holler at Chris Paul. Joe, you cool, man? You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way you handle things. It's a code and it's an ethics the way you handle things amongst brothers, Joe. Me personally in that locker room with LeBron James, sitting there, and I'm a low key, but I'm a critical fan of LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at you like, dawg, what the fuck?
I don't think he's in LA for basketball purposes. I think
But
like
at
you
the
said,
same time, I'm here to hoop at you for basketball purposes. I'm gonna look at you like, Joe, what's going on here, man? This ain't looking right, you know, with the brothers, and you know, we practicing everything. How I know you ain't sitting up there point shaving points and all that other stuff
Exactly.
with this dude and all. No, man. Me personally, I think he lost a little respect in LA.
man,
I'm
anytime, the whole thing was funny because like Brandon Ingram got tough. Lance Stevenson of all people comes to calm the motherfucker down. And then it's like Chris Paul and Rondo sit there. I'm like, why y'all standing there? It's like nobody everybody who was angry or involved broke away. These two standing there on some, okay, well I gotta do this and I gotta do that. You could have went and calmed your teammate down, did this and
Let me
did
say
well.
this. LeBron James is on a team full of go-getters. This is the type of team that he needed. And if he would have stood in the middle of this and showed like, man, I'm the leader of this team, man, and this ain't about to go down, I think them boys would probably play it a little bit different because you got to figure Rondo guarded LeBron in the playoffs before.
Yeah.
And he actually held him in. He actually held LeBron under 2 and actually defended him better than anybody. You had Lance Stevenson that also bothered LeBron James, was a pest. So you playing with two people you know they style and character.
That can hold you. And so
exactly, that showed your motherfucking weakness. So them like, damn man, we didn't have bad blood toward, you know what I'm saying, before. Now we on the same team. You pull this stunt by consoling somebody else from this team. Man, I know you don't feel some type of way about us, and that's why you did that shit. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's what I'm like, the trust moving forward. I'm like, how can you just, I can't. It's like I got to go to war with you, and I'm gonna relate this to like what I do for a living. It's like that's just like me or somebody in my company go down in the worst conditions,
Right.
and you like, man, you go change your goddamn water bottle or your air bottle or some shit like that. Or you like, well, let me go give you a cup of water or some shit like that. When somebody's life is in danger. You know what I'm saying? And we have that. And one of the things in what I do in terms of the fire service is if a mayday goes down or a man goes down, one of our own, everything else is a distant second. We finna take care of our own first.
What you supposed to do?
And that's what you're supposed to
That's
do.
that's how you build camaraderie.
And what people don't realize is we're around each other for 24 hours. So guess what? That's basically my family. You know, it's times I say, man, you know what? I have to tell my family, look, I can't break away right now because this is the type of work I'm in. I need somebody else to step up for me. I have to tell my own blood family that sometimes, you know. And that's how deep the commitment runs. And I'm not even on a team getting paid millions and stuff like that. And you would figure LeBron be like, you know what, let me take care of my team first. I'm gonna holler at you in the off season.
That was
All-Star
most
weekend.
definitely another coward move, man.
I'll holler at you All-Star weekend after the season, but right now, this is what I have to do.
Let's talk about something else, man. Each player, Ingram got 4 games, Rondo got 3 games, Chris Paul got 2 games, so all of them got suspended because of this whole ordeal. Moving forward, NBA games, there's some of them that's playing tonight. You got the Hornets and the Raptors, you got the Bucks and the Knicks, Pacers and Wolves, which Timberwolves, I meant to say, not Timberwolves, Timberwolves. Derrick Rose looked good tonight.
Yeah, I think he scored 28 off the bench one night, man.
Got the Jazz in Memphis, and also you got Washington and Portland. Portland is playing like a high-powered offense.
Yeah.
Portland is playing very good basketball. Yeah, Kemba Walker, he's still catching the same beat that he had last season, still lighting up things. The NBA is back. It's feisty. People don't like each other. I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to get down. I'm ready to get more in tune.
I like it. I like the NBA like that.
I like it.
But I like it like with the Rondo and Chris Paul thing. But I still don't like the buddy shit. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when the playoffs come? And you know what? The reason I like it because you know LeBron come playoff time always like to pop his lip. And I'm like, I like to see the guys. I want to see how hungry you are to go get this ring. Jordan, at some point in time, every great team has fought in the playoffs to set that tone. Look, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm chasing. I'm trying to get this ring right now.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this rookie class and the one rookie I want to talk about. He lit it up, and I had some people trying to single me out because of this shit here with the whole your boy Trae Young. My thing is like, okay, he had a good game. He's a good talent. He's gonna have games like this, just like Mitch gonna have that 6. He's gonna have 28, 30-point game. It's 82 games.
Yeah.
Can he keep it going? Can he do what Kemba doing? Kemba can do it night in and night out.
That you know what? He's a rookie. Every rookie hits a rookie wall because you go beyond. You have to practice every day at a max level, and then you have to go play 82 games and play those games at a max level. So the way I look at it is, I don't think he can because of it's a long season. But on the other hand, I think he can because he's in Atlanta. He has the all-time greenest lights because Atlanta really doesn't have anybody else. So he has the green light in Atlanta. So it goes both ways to a certain extent. But in the NBA, everybody eventually finds out what you can do, what you can't do, your weaknesses and stuff like that, and they slowly take that away from you.
Let's talk about other NBA teams. Let's talk about these Toronto Raptors.
Oh, wow.
Now, at the beginning of the season, they picked up Kawhi Leonard, and it was a whole thing about, is Kawhi gonna play? Is he gonna stay in Toronto? And I know we in the first 2 weeks of the NBA, so I'm not jumping the gun, but you got these boys. as of week 2, they power ranking number 1. That's trumping Boston,
Golden
Milwaukee, because Giannis down there, he's still down there balling. He
Yeah.
just had a monster game about a game or 2 ago.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So you got them, they lead, you know, so while the Pelicans, they also ball.
Yeah.
They offensively, they rolling. Without Cousins, like, hey man, fuck you.
Nico has stepped up.
And also they got the boy from the Lakers, what's his name? Black dude.
I know you're talking about
Randall.
Julius Randle. Yeah.
Julius Randle, they got Julius Randle. So my thing is like with the NBA, we got these teams that we gonna focus on, and of course you gonna focus on the Golden State, you gonna focus on the LA, but you got teams over there in that West, which is
Yeah.
the West is stacked a lot.
Yeah.
You got Portland, you got LA, you got Golden State, you got Utah.
Utah
is my sleeper team.
Utah took Golden State to the brink
Yeah.
earlier this season. I think they won just like 1 point or something like that. But they
You got
took-
Utah. You can't count out the
Denver.
You can't count out the Timberwolves.
Nope, can't count out Denver.
You can't count out Denver.
I got my eye on Dallas because they rookie is looking real good, and then Dirk is coming off the bench. So I'm,
Dirk been converted to the bench role.
yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So and that's gonna help them out. So I'm really keeping. I forgot the rookie's name, but him and Dennis Smith Jr. They got a nice little mix there that I want to see
That's the future.
pan out.
So let's talk about these Raptors and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard been playing good basketball. Also, you know who been playing good basketball? Like I said, I know it's only week 2, but you can see chemistry in sports.
Mhm.
And I like the way Lowry and Leonard
Yeah.
is gelling. You get what I'm saying? It's now that Kawhi is much more of a general that can take over in game time situations more different than Rosen could. Rosen is a damn good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He played damn good basketball. I'm not denying him at all, but there's a certain level of defense, but there's a certain level of consciousness with a basketball IQ that you got to have in clutch situations when you got a high-powered team.
Well, you know.
Because Toronto is high-powered.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the difference is when you had DeRozan and Lowry, both of them need the ball to get their points, and it was hard to. Neither one really deferred to the other. I think when you replace DeRozan with Leonard, Kawhi Leonard coming from that pop system, know exactly when he can and can't defer, and then I also think playing as a power forward in college, he'll get down low and get those rebounds and those easy buckets when the time permits, and he can defer and get that ball up to Lowry so Lowry can get his points to help him out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice mix, you know. Kawhi Leonard's, you know, I think can't deny his work ethic, his talent, and his basketball IQ. But I think the willingness to say, you know what, I'm gonna get this guy involved. I can become more impactful in other ways. Is the difference between Toronto this year as opposed to last year.
Well, later on tonight, we got the Golden State Warriors. They're going to be at Golden State. They got the Suns.
Oh, that's a blowout.
I want to check out Aiden. I think I might stay up a little bit late and check out that game. I want to see how Aiden play because that's a nice talent, man.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
He looking pretty good.
They got some nice talent. Trevor
Phoenix
Reeves.
got some nice pieces you can go over there and grocery shop with.
Yeah.
They got some nice
I
players.
think they still got Devin Booker, right?
Yeah, they still got.
Yeah, I mean Devin Booker's still looking good.
They got some nice pieces that you can go over there and grocery shop with. The Bulls, they got a promising team.
Mm.
Right now they up 68-66. 8 minutes left in the third quarter over there with Dallas.
Zach LaVine looked pretty good, but that team
Zach LaVine look good.
he's been looking. I know the first 2 games he scored over 30 points,
Mm-hmm.
so he's looking good. Laurie Markkanen's not playing. He's out with that.
Yeah, he's
the
out.
elbow.
For what? He's out for like 8 to 10 games.
Yeah, I really haven't watched any games. I kind of go by the stat line, but based on what I'm hearing, that they look pretty good offensively, but
defensively,
they're just if that shot is not going, they can get blown out. And that just doesn't have the markings of a good playoff team at this point.
But the Bulls almost definitely gotta go check them out, man. I think they can survive in this East. The East is still wide open. Like I said, the top three teams is gonna be your Boston, it's gonna be your
Philly,
Milwaukee,
Toronto.
well, the top four, I'm sorry. Your Boston, your Milwaukee, your Philly, and your Toronto. And after that, it's thrown up in the air.
Yeah.
It's falling where we fit in. Bulls just get together. We're gonna take a music break. When we come back, we're gonna wrap up the show. Bring A Game Sports Talk Radio.
Yeah, I gotta look at see what Wendell Carter Jr. been doing, man.
Wendell Carter Jr.
What's going on, JoJo? Yep. I gotta see what he been doing.
Decent show.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube.
Yeah. Join us in tomorrow. Live and direct. We're gonna have some topics up. 10th different caller. I have a gift card for you guys. Hey JoJo, what's going on? Haven't decided yet what the topic's gonna be, but whatever we come up with, it's gonna be good for the live and direct show. They might touch a little bit on sports, man. You know, we got the Janky one who jinxed us for the fucking game Sunday. He know who he is. Couple more things. Like I said, we're about to wrap it up, but feel free to call in 708-328-8923 for this last segment. We're gonna come up with some topics for tomorrow. We're gonna start getting a little bit deeper into some real life issues, man. We got social justice. We got relationships, you know, and to be honest with you guys, there's a lot of topics we put on ice because we would love to have a female guest come on to represent the ladies that out here, you know, the female listeners and everything like that, and see if you could possibly bring more to the show. What was the other thing we talked about with the live and direct? Might make that. Oh yeah, something in the works. We might do something from a cigar lounge, so we'll let you guys know ahead of time with that. See where that goes. That's about it, man. And when we go live from a place of business, we set up the hot seat. So if you sit in that hot seat, you got to be able to take that heat. So
She love the questions I asked.
a lot.
Coming back in.
You'll be sweating like old gyro meat under the lights.
Bring your A Game Sports Talk Radio. That was the homie Silver Dollar Pills, Nino Suits. It's all Chicago music lineup, so y'all can catch it. Y'all can catch this on the website. Plus, y'all can catch it live on the YouTube, live across the Home of LeVar Hamlin page. Had a good show. Talk sports. Rest of the fellas gonna be in tomorrow. Got the homie Tim Young, he coming in. CL, he gonna be here. LeVar say he gonna be here. I don't know, I might sit back, see how they handle it, man. I might work the camera and shit like that.
Uh-oh.
So, we'll see how they do, man, with this live and direct show that's gonna be happening tomorrow. You enjoyed yourself, man?
Man, I always enjoy myself, man.
Got any shout outs, any rants?
Woo,
Anything you wanna say, man, before you go ahead and go?
You know what? I really ain't got too much to say. Like I said, appreciate you, Black Hippie Radio, LAC.
Did you mute your thing again, man?
I hope I didn't. No, I didn't.
I think you did, man.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you.
Oh shit.
You didn't muted your thing,
I
man.
probably muted my shit, but anyway, as the show go on, I'm still trying to talk.
This dude's muted his mic.
Yes, everything.
Take this, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, take this.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. You know, technical difficulties already, but I appreciate, you know, having me and you doing the show today. Even the ones that's not here, Lag, the janky
They
one.
all tuning in late right now.
Yeah, they tuned in late, man. You know, they was supposed to call in.
Yeah, they all supposed to
Yeah,
call in.
like tomorrow, you know, we're gonna have a show. Like I said,
Y'all LeBron James me, man.
oh man, the mute the mic, man, the bust for lip and everything. But seriously, Live and Direct show tomorrow. Some things that we're gonna try to do for Live and Direct is 10th caller, man, 10th different caller. So you ain't gonna call here 10 times and get the little gift card that we trying to set up. But that's something that we're gonna do. How was your trip? My trip was amazing to Miami. You should have seen last week's show.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on a lot of that shit. But yeah, the trip was amazing. I was around great people, especially the beach the beach at night. Certain people know what I'm talking about that. So
Hey man, I'm jealous. I told them.
yeah, man.
Jealous,
Oh man.
Stop talking about it.
Yeah. Somebody got stories to tell about me in the pool. We gonna keep that between ourselves. But
Oh, no.
yeah, but seriously, look, we're gonna have a gift card thing going up. We're doing a lot of special things here at Black Hippie Radio, man. So I'm ready to get the Live and Direct going tomorrow.
Shout out to LeVar having taken time out of his day to come out and talk country radio. Like I said, live across the YouTube, live across his page right here on Facebook. The YouTube gonna be up more often. Gonna be doing a little bit more with YouTube, man. Got a nice little camera, little setup. So, you know, we're gonna do what we do. You can catch it on the website. That's the Bring Your A Game Sports Talk Radio website. The group on Facebook, y'all can go apply to that. If y'all want y'all music played on here, it's BLAQHIPPIE17@gmail.com and just put in that new music. I check it out, downloadable, and play it. It's a movement, y'all. Join it. Be back in y'all ear. Bring Your A Game Sports Talk Radio.
All right. Got 3 people left on the post game. What I normally do here is I will request you to see if you want to join in.
Thank you,
So
YouTube.
let's give this a try. Thanks YouTube for tuning in. I appreciate